Just proud of our finish. Obviously, this was going to be a battle down to the wire. Both of our teams are hungry and fighting for something really special here at the end of the season. So I know our group was really, really excited to be here and to bring great energy the whole night. We've been talking about playing for 40 minutes and being always women and not just sometimes women. And so tonight we had to do that. We had to be always women. And so I think that's something that we need to bring into Saturday. But SEMO didn't go away. And so it was a great, I think, experience for us to like weather that storm and that run they had and find a way to pull it out in the end.
Question for you, Dan Kyoto. We noticed that you were pushing the pace a lot in this game. Quickly into the front court, putting pressure on their defense. Is that by design, or did you guys see something early?
Yeah, you know, in our last 8 games, one thing that we've really noticed in terms of our scoring is we're really good in the primary. We're really good at pushing the basketball when Key is advancing it, whether that's via pass or dribble. She's doing a great job of starting that offense and that putting teams on their heels. That's what you're doing. You're making them sprint back in transition D. You're making them, you know, worried about you and what you're trying to do. And she did a really great job of that tonight too.
Yeah, I kind of pick off what Coach said. You know, she's told me every game, you know, regardless of a make or miss, push the ball, get to primary. And I think, me doing that, you know, opens up a lot for us. You know, we have a lot of options. We have people on the wing. We get threes. We get Cyan, me driving. So it just, like, opens up the paint a lot.
Yeah, but I saw after the buzzer you had like this big smile let go on your face, and you rarely see any emotion. What were you feeling when I
No, you know, it's really happy, you know, to get a win. You know, we have been, you know, losing, but, like, it's just really happy, you know, really proud of the team, really proud of Coach Sam, you know, and just happy we got the dub, so.
Were you smiling and laughing at somebody?
No.
No, you were just happy.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it.
Question for Cyan. Your third double-double this year. You've had, how many games is it now?
10 games.
11 games now with
11.
double-digit rebounds. I know it can't be just that you're 6'3". What is it about your positioning and the way offensively and defensively, because you're second in the conference in offensive rebounds, what is it about your rebounding that is sort of scientific, that people who are watching might say, well, she's 6'3", but it's more than that, right? It's positioning. Like, talk a little bit about that.
I think throughout my 4 years, I've found that, like, the secret to it. Like, you have to just, like also Coach says, like, if the ball goes high, then you have like a high rebound. So just go for the positioning, and then if it's closer, if someone's shooting closer, then it's like easier to get it. And then just positioning, boxing somebody out. It's easier if you box somebody out to get the rebound. So, and Coach always mentions, like, if somebody's shooting in the corner, don't contest them. Just go get the rebound and find your position. Yeah.
And we were also talking tonight, your field goal percentage is 55%. So we were talking tonight about you shooting more, and you did tonight 12 attempts.
Yeah.
So talk a little bit about what you saw that kind of clued you in that I'm gonna take some more shots here. One more time question, please. What did you see that for you? You thought, I have more chances to score. I'm gonna take more chances to score.
We've been working in practice where we do positioning and posting up, and I know once the ball goes in, people zip cut, and then it's easier to get a layup because they're focusing on the help side. And then I just know that my teammates are passing the ball greatly, and I know I'm going to make it for them and get the assists. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think one thing our group has really understood is that we have a presence in there. We have a player that is dominant. So we've got to feed her. We've got to make sure we make great passes to her. Obviously, she's got to catch them, and she's got to execute and finish them. But our understanding of the balance, and you saw today we had 5 in double figures. You know, we have to have the post presence. You know, and when you have multiple shooters on the floor, like that helps that player inside even more so because they'll have the space, they'll have less doubles, they'll have less help line defenders. So Sai did a great job of finishing.
And also, I love when I get the ball because then I can kick it out and get my assist, and Macy will make the 3. I know it. Or Ava.
Oh, maybe not.
Or any other shooters.
Macy, I heard you say maybe not today. What changed for you from the first half?
you know, as a shooter, you just got to have that next shot mentality. And the first half, obviously, I was short on everything, and I kind of realized that. I had a couple air balls in there, which, you know, happens. But I just tried to adjust the second half, and, you know, I'm not going to, if someone's hands are down, I'm going to take the shot. Like, if I normally shoot it, I'm going to shoot it. So I just try to have that confidence in me next shot, and, yeah.
And she rebounded. She did something else.
Yes.
She didn't just stand there and wallow. She rebounded.
Yeah.
That was huge. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Mantra.
Mantra.
Yes.
Yeah, so just from a numbers perspective, you were both 6 from 3 in the first half,
Mhm.
3 for 5 in the second.
Yeah.
You say it all the time on the broadcast. I know Coach knows this and the bench knows this.
Yeah.
Once you hit one, everyone's like, okay,
Yeah.
here we go.
That's how I feel too. I'm like, okay, well, one shot goes down, next one's in, next one's in. So I just need to see one go in, and luckily I did. So.
Coach, I want to ask you about Ava Beluza's earned a few starts over
Yeah.
the last 4 or 5 games. She's now been in double figures 3 of the last 4. Shooting percentage is up, 3-point shooting is up. And she is sneaky long.
Yeah, she is.
You know what I
She
mean?
sure is. Yeah.
Like she's
Yeah.
not tall, but there's something about her that she gets hand in there all the time.
Yeah.
She's got some length to her that you wouldn't notice just by looking at her. It's the way she plays.
Yeah, she does a great job defensively for us. She's always guarding, you know, another program's best player from a guard standpoint, and has just been so consistent for us. She played herself into that starting role, I would say, just because she was so consistent. She came in off the bench and just did consistent things for us. So she played herself into that role, and now she's been even more consistent here as a starter. So just awesome to see the balance and her being a part of that.
I have one more question about Rory Conboy tonight with Bukola out, Cyan getting a little foul trouble in the second half. Rory ate up some of those minutes,
Yeah.
and you know she scored a basket, but she didn't get a bunch of rebounds. But you could tell that there wasn't a huge drop off defensively because she's so strong on defense. Talk about the mentality of she's ready to go.
Man, it's just
Even if
energy. It's just energy and effort. Like, she is the epitome of, you know, someone who is going to bring everything they can and play her role to the best of her ability. And she had a great week of practice too. She had a couple days where we were just like, wow, she's ready to play. She's getting everybody else ready to play. And when you're missing some energy and, you know, a couple other players, I think she brought it. You know, she brings it on the bench. She brings it and ingests it in practice. And so it was great to have her be able to spell, I think, Cy a little bit with the foul trouble.
I do have one more. I noticed defensively you guys were in 2-3, then were in 1, back to the 2-3. Were you just trying to throw different looks to see more?
Yeah, and I think just studying in the scout of them and knowing that that's something that's been really successful against them. It actually got us back in the first game against them. We played that for majority of our second half, so we knew that was going to be a piece of the success on the defensive side of the basketball. They're a quick team. They can beat you off the dribble. They can break you down. So I know that was something that we really wanted to focus on. And shout out to Coach T. It was a good scout.
Question for coach and the athletes. Obviously, you guys debuted New Jersey today for the teaching and obviously an honor. Can each one talk about what this month means for you individually or collectively?
Yeah, definitely. You know, I didn't know Kay Yao personally, but I think all of us are connected to her in some way, shape, or form. You know, it's coaching colleagues. It's, her fight and what she was going through at that time. You know, I remember being a player and hearing about all of this and, wanting to be a part of it. I think obviously the jersey wearing, but also the support that we're trying to gain for the Kay Yao Foundation and what that foundation does. In the women's basketball world, it's like one of the largest in terms of like monies generated for an organization. And so I know that our group, everyone's been affected by cancer in some way, shape, or form. And so I'm sure our women understand the extent of that. And yeah, I think it's great to be able to support and to be a part of that drive to make that organization better and help them gain and raise awareness.
Yeah, kind of just like what Coach said. I feel like it's so important to just be able to represent, cancer, and this month especially being that. But I think it's just important to be able to represent it and be able to wear these jerseys. They're super cool jerseys. So I think we don't take that with a grain of salt, and we realize that it's a super important month, and we're proud to be able to represent it. So
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I agree. It's really, nice to represent cancer. I think also because my grandma had cancer, so I think that, that means a lot to me. So just being, to represent it, with our jerseys and stuff, and this month, means a lot.
I agree with what all my teammates and coaches said. Great job.
And the last thing I'll say too is, Coach Kay Yao, like she coached while she went through cancer and went through cancer treatments, and so I think to myself like, oh, you just had a baby, and I'm like, that is nothing compared to what she had to go through, and so I think that piece of it, like just knowing that there's people going through a lot different than what we're going through, and the adversity we're experiencing is, yeah, it's tough, you go through a couple games of losing, but like that pales to comparison to the bigger picture. And so that's what we're playing for. We're playing for that. We're playing for those women. And I think that piece of it, our women really got to understand.